Nation? It is Thursday. My name's Philip DeFranco, and this is where I talk about news of top stuff and things that matter to me today. Nation, the first thing I want to talk about today is North Korea is threatening the United States in very kind of exact words now. They've been known to make their threats in a dancing sort of way, but today they released these statements. We are not disguising the fact that the various satellites and long-range rockets that we will fire and the high-level nuclear tests we will carry out are targeted at the United States. And then China's foreign ministry acted like a friend, like trying to calm down a drunk friend, like, whoa! We hope the relevant party can remain calm and act and speak in a cautious and prudent way and not take any steps which may further worsen the situation. Which North Korea might not listen to any of this advice because insiders say that North Korea is not too happy with China. Researchers saying North Korea most likely felt betrayed by China because they recently just agreed to a UN resolution. And then today the US responded in a kind of whatever you say kid sort of way, urging North Korea not to continue with this third test, but saying, quote, whether North Korea tests or not is up to North Korea. We hope they don't do it. But main point, North Korea, stop it. It's embarrassing at this point. It's kind of like a guy like dressing up like a supervillain and calling someone their arch nemesis, and we're like, no, we don't want to play. But if you force us to play with you, bad things might happen. Even your buddies who had your back are slowly backing away from you. And sure, I'd probably be going crazy if my next door neighbor was playing Gangnam Style like all day 24/7, but come on, can't we be friends? Then in super happy fun time, alarmist, why is this even news? As of Saturday in the United States, it will be illegal to unlock your phone. The reason for this is in October 2012, the Librarian of Congress was like, hey, cell phones. This is a thing now. You can no longer unlock mobile phones. I'll give you a 90-day window, so if you want to, you unlock your phone. If you don't do it before the deadline, screw you. Now, honestly, this doesn't seem like it's gonna be a big problem for most people. One, a lot of people don't unlock their phones from the get-go. And two, things like the Verizon iPhone already come to you unlocked, and if you have like an AT&T iPhone, they'll unlock it once you're done with the contract. But after Saturday, if you do it yourself, it is illegal. But the big question, will this actually be enforced? If it is illegal, like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna send people to internet jail? I don't understand it. But maybe that's just me. Then in news I still don't know how to respond to, J.J. Abrams will be directing the next Star Wars movie. And I'm personally excited. I'm like, give me Star Wars plus lens flares plus you never answering a lot of things that you introduce into your movie. I am for it, despite people complaining. I love J.J. Abrams. And as the poet Britney Spears once said, gimme, gimme more, gimme more, gimme, gimme more. J.J. Abrams. Then in an update to the Subway story I talked about a few days ago about how Subway sandwiches turned out that their footlongs were in fact not a foot long. Subway then responded in a fantastic fashion saying, when we say foot long, it shouldn't be taken literally. It's a trademark of Subway. And quote, it is not intended to be a measurement of length. Well, it turns out two guys in Jersey disagree as they have now filed paperwork with the courts to sue, saying this is a case about holding companies to deliver what they promise. And really at this point, I'm just wondering if Subway's more worried about this or there's another story out of Canada where reportedly a 3-year-old girl bit into a Subway sandwich that happened to have glass in it. So just lots of awesome PR for them all around. And Nation, the last thing I want to talk about is today I had the opportunity to have a Google Hangout with the Vice President of the United States to talk about gun control in the US. The fireside chat went on for about 40 minutes, so if you want to watch the full thing, link down below. If you want to watch just my questions and the Vice President's responses, link to that. But what I want to talk about in this video is what all the blogs picked up from the entire fireside chat and some things I wanted to add from notable moments. 1. Vice President Joe Biden apparently is a huge fan of my hair.
Well, I have seen it. I wish I had your hair.
Saying, in fact, that he wished he had had it so someone from the nation made that a thing. You're welcome. 2, it could be argued that Mr. Biden was not a fan of me saying that the assault weapon ban was a failure.
My question is, what reasonable measures can we implement that might reduce the loss of life as opposed to repeating the same failed laws of previous administrations?
Well, let me set the record straight in your question. It did not expire because it proved ineffective. It expired because it had to be reauthorized in 10 years.
Then 3, the Vice President said that people need to focus on the facts, so I went to FBI.gov and live checked the stats he was talking about and explained to him that the unbiased FBI stats actually showed that since the gun ban went away, that homicides involving firearms actually went down to a point where even rifles are involved with less than 1% of homicides. In fact, it's less than hammers. Hammers kill more people than rifles. But easily my favorite response from the Vice President, the thing that everyone's actually talking about, one of the final questions from the fireside chat.
What would you say to the people that say, yes, you are infringing on our rights, not for sporting or for hunting, but in California, everyone talks about the big earthquake or some terrible natural disaster as a last line of defense. What would you say to those people?
Well, I would say there's an awful, guess what? A shotgun will keep you a lot safer. A double-barrel shotgun.
Shotguns in the case of natural disasters are a better bet than the AR-15. Hashtag Joe Biden. Which was actually a very interesting point. A point that could be made right now is that gun legislation is being rushed because of Dianne Feinstein. She worked on the 1994 ban along with Biden, and today, in a very dramatic press conference, went out there with several guns on a table and unveiled legislation instituting a government ban on more than 150 types of firearms, including rifles, pistols, and shotguns, which we just thought were Biden approved. And obviously the situation is still developing, and so the question of the day to you nation is, what do you think about all this? I don't think anyone's arguing about stricter laws about who can actually get weapons. Like intense background checks, getting guns out of the hands of people that shouldn't have them, yeah, I'm all for that. But it seems like what this current administration is doing along with pro-gun control advocates is they're kind of just throwing the spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks. Like, does it make sense to spend $10 million to research that video games and movies might cause violence? Does it make sense to limit the number of rounds in a magazine to 10? The shooter in Connecticut shot 150 rounds, meaning he had to swap out at least 4 or 5 times. And it takes what many people would consider an insignificant amount of time to swap out magazines. And when you look at things like the Virginia Tech shooter who had 10 round and 15 round magazines, it didn't stop him from killing 33 and injuring 23. But the main thing, join the conversation. And of course, possibly win a $100 Amazon gift card. Leave a comment down below. Join the conversation. Maybe hit the like button, favorite if you really like it. But of course, as always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love your faces, and I'll see you soon.